Hi, I'm Dr. Dave Janda. Welcome back to Operation Freedom Briefings. The goal of these briefings in my weekly radio show, Operation Freedom, is to provide you information the bought-off, lamestream, fake media, a tentacle of the deep state, will not provide. Our goal is to empower you with information and facts about what the deep state is up to and how to protect yourself, your freedoms, and our country. Now, you can join us for the radio show every Sunday. It's free. All you have to do every Sunday from 2 to 5 Eastern is go to davejanda.com, hit the Listen Live button. This will take you to Wham Talk 1600 streaming service from our Freedom Bunker at Wham Talk 1600 in the People's Republic of Ann Arbor. Hit that play button and you're with us. Great guests, great analysis, and again, information you're not going to get from the bought-off lamestream fake media. The title of today's presentation is Joe Biden and his serial lies and how it adversely affects every American's freedom and the future of our country. Before we get there, as you well know, this is a huge censorship lockdown occurring. We saw it with Twitter. We saw it with Facebook. We actually, this is no new news to all of us. This has been ongoing for years. We've seen it with YouTube. I mean, just look, a number of my friends, incredible patriots, have been taken down this past week. Sarah Westall, Sean from SGT, Dave from the X22 report, just to name a few. Now, yes, there were some taken down on the left side of the equation, a number of Black Lives Matter sites, a number of Antifa sites. But the patriots really got hit hard. And I don't know how long this channel, my channel, Operation Freedom, will be up. So, back up. We do post videos at another platform called dailymotion.com. In addition, the hub of what I do, everything I do, is at davejanda.com. So, if or when we get taken down, davejanda.com is where I'm at. We have the free, the public side, the subscription side, more on that later, but we have a tremendous amount on the free side. Videos, writings, you name it. We just put, thanks to our subscribers asked me to get these videos out to you and the general public on our YouTube channel. So I just posted in the past several days 2 YouTube presentations that we had on the subscription platform that we've now rolled onto the public platform. One was with Charles Woods, the father of Ty Woods, one of the 4 Americans who were killed, murdered in Benghazi. Murdered under the watchful eyes of Barack Obama, Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, Lyin, and a number of others in that administration. It is a very important interview. We go into topics you will never get in the mainstream media or lamestream media. It is really important for you to not only watch that interview, but to network it. It's a really important interview. In addition, I just uploaded yesterday an interview I did with the infiltrator, Bob Mazur. He was an undercover DEA agent. He was the quarterback of the team that brought down Pablo Escobar and the Medellin drug cartel. And Bob dissects what terrorist organizations, drug cartels, and their cohorts, willful cohorts, in the banking industry are doing to launder money to keep the drug cartels and the terrorist networks, all tentacles of the deep state, to keep them functioning and thriving and prospering. It's really another important interview that you need to not only watch, but network. At this point, as you can see, this channel is still holding on. I'm doing everything I can. My IT team is doing everything we can to make sure that we survive, or at least for the time being. Now, how have we done that? A couple things. One, over a year ago, the powers that be, we put a video up on YouTube about Benghazi with two whistleblowers that speak about the stand down in Benghazi. They were in the field of operations that night. It lasted for several months, and then it was taken down. And we were given a copyright strike. Why? It was all my original content. There were no voice clips from any other source. There were no movie trailers. There were no insert videos. It was just me interviewing these two courageous whistleblowers. No still shots. It was because we found out it was because I mentioned the name of the movie associated with Benghazi. Now, I didn't take it. I started some legal actions. And I believe that was important for a number of reasons, one of which was to set the tone that you want to come at me, I'm going to come back harder at you. I'm a great guy. But if you want to mess with me, well, guess what? I grew up on the south side, in suburbs of Chicago, southwest suburbs, grew up, a lot of family on the south side, spent a lot of time on the south side, and we'll give you the shirt off our backs. But you come at us, be prepared. Because whatever you dish out, it's going to be come back your way times 100. And that's what I show to the people at YouTube and Google. Now, two, at the same time, we were also attacked by an organization called the Poynter Institute that's funded by George Soros. They labeled 200 organizations as suspect, one of which was mine. I mounted a legal challenge to them. I ran them through the ringer. They backed off. And in fact, they rescinded that against all. I had them push not just for me, but for all 200 of us. I set the tone there. I believe that me setting the tone over the past year and a half, from a legal standpoint, maybe that's one reason why we're still around. But there's another reason. You see, when you see this video, you think Dave just sits down and he talks off the top of his head, and it just takes him, a half hour and it's over. Look, I put in dozens of hours of research before I do one of these videos. And then I speak to our IT team, and I tell them the topic and where I'm going to go. The IT team, they're wonderful people. They're brilliant people, but it costs money. And what they do is they then tell me the phrasing patterns I have to avoid or particular words I have to avoid if I don't want to get the video taken down. So one of the ways in which I believe that we've made it through so far is because every one of my videos, before you see it, we not only discuss this ahead of time before I make the video, but then after I make the video, our IT team scrapes the entire video, runs it through their systems for phrasing, words that potentially could lead to this video being taken down. As I said, I don't know how long we're going to be here. However, you can always find my content, 100% chance, at davejanda.com. We have incredible security systems. Again, a lot more money there to do that. We spend thousands of dollars every month in our security systems, but it's worth it because everybody that goes to that site knows that the information is ours, legit, and protected. Now on to Joe Biden. When I was in undergrad school at Bucknell University, I had two majors. I double majored, chemistry and economics. And in the economics department, this was in the late 70s, one of the professors had us read and then dissected the book 1984 by George Orwell. The professor, who was what he described himself as a market socialist, that's just marketing for he was a Marxist. The vast majority of the economics department at Bucknell at the time were Marxist, which actually prepared me for life down the road in dealing with these Marxists. that we're currently seeing and have been seeing through the deep state for decades. The professor said, read this book because it's a playbook for what's going to happen in your lives down the line, of what will be implemented and how it will be implemented. I went back to the book. It's a direct quote. The party, the deep state, the party told you to reject the evidence of your eyes and ears. It was their final, most essential command. And if all others accepted the lie which the party imposed, if all records told the same tale, then the lie passed into history and became truth, end quote. Well, Joe Biden is the puppet du jour of the deep state. Yeah, he followed Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, George H.W. Bush. Right. But he's the puppet du jour along with Kamala Harris that we're having to deal with. And Joe Biden is a serial liar, and he wants you and expects you to take every one of those lies and conform, make it in your mind the truth. Don't believe your eyes or ears. Just believe his words, which are all lies. Jonathan Turley, not exactly a conservative, but he actually helped defend President Trump in his testimony during the impeachment hearings. Jonathan Turley recently looked at Joe Biden and his lies. One of which was when Joe Biden stated that he attended a historically black college. Really? Oh, yeah, Delaware State University. What? Jonathan Turley authored this article, Academic Appropriation. Joe Biden claims he attended historically black college. He stated, quote, I got started out at a historical black college or university, Delaware State. Now, I don't want to hear anything negative about Delaware State, Biden told the crowd, as shown on video. Quote, they're my folks, end quote. As Turley pointed out, the university has stated that he was never a student there. It said that he only had records of a couple visits as a commencement speaker. Turley goes on, Biden has previously been criticized for false claims, lies, ranging from graduating in the top half of his class. Actually, I believe after his freshman year, he was on academic probation because he had a 1.9 GPA. He lied about graduating in the top half of his class, to having 3 degrees from college, to being the first in his family to attend college, to coming from a family of coal miners, all lies, to being arrested and trying to meet with Nelson Mandela. All lies. He also stated he played on the college football team at University of Delaware. No. Played in intramurals. And that's just the tip of the iceberg with this guy. I mentioned to you at the beginning of this video my interview with Charles Woods, the father of Ty Woods, who died in Benghazi. And just to learn about Barack Obama, Leon Panetta, Hillary Clinton, and Joe Biden from Charles Woods' experience in the hangar when they brought those four Americans home to Dover Air Force Base. They brought their caskets in to that hangar. Charles had interactions with Obama, Biden, Clinton, and Panetta. Just that video alone is worth insight into what Charles presents. But there's much more in that video. But Charles speaks about when Biden came up to him. And Biden, along with Hillary and Obama and Panetta, all said the same line. Oh, we're sorry this happened, but this was all about a video. Lie. Oh, no. It was a planned event, the terrorist attack. And it was a planned outcome because they had to tie up loose ends from their weapons running operation that Obama and Biden and Clinton and Panetta were running through Benghazi. Bringing the arm with Stevens, the ambassador, as their front man, their point man, bringing in arms illegally to Al-Qaeda to take out Gaddafi, then reversing those flow of arms and sending them to Turkey, of which the last person Stevens met with, the ambassador, was the ambassador from Turkey, sending those arms into Turkey, into Syria, to weaponize that benevolent group, ISIS. Well, Stevens started to get cold feet, started to speak about it outside the Obama, Clinton, Biden orbit, and they couldn't have that loose end. And hence, the terrorist attack. Biden, while Charles is there with his son in a coffin, tells him a lie. Oh, this was all about a video. No. It was all about covering your butt, Joe. And Obama's and Clinton's and Panetta's. And God knows who else. But then, Joe Biden showed, in addition to his lying self, he did this to Charles. He's about 10, 15 feet away at this point, this is later. And he yelled across the hangar at Charles. Now remember, Charles is in shock, in grief. His son is in that coffin, a former Navy SEAL. And Charles yells, Biden yells to Charles, Charles Woods, your son had balls the size of cue balls to be able to do what he did. Can you imagine? And this is a guy who people are actually going to vote for president? But remember, Joe Biden had blood in his hands from something else. By the way, the interview I did with those two whistleblowers that was taken off of YouTube that I told you about, I put on my homepage at davejanda.com. It's in red toward the top. There's an interview with the two whistleblowers that were in the field of operations that talk about the stand down that was ordered in Benghazi. And in addition, there's an interview with Charles Strange, who's the father of Michael Strange, who's a member of SEAL Team 6. Those interviews are very hard to listen to, but you need to listen to them. Charles Strange points out that no one knew that the SEALs were involved. And remember, there are a number of SEAL Team 6 teams, different colors, gold, red, silver, blue. Michael was a member of SEAL Team 6 Gold. On August 7th, 2011, SEAL Team 6 Gold were murdered. They were all in the same helicopter and murdered, and you need to listen to that interview with Charles. But as Charles points out, one of the reasons why the family members believe they died, if not the main reason, was that after bin Laden was, quote, taken out on May 2nd, 2011, Joe Biden opened his big mouth. And what he said is that SEAL Team 6 were the ones who took out bin Laden. When SEAL Team 6 came home on leave in the beginning of June of 2011, their parents, their families, their friends were saying, hey, you guys took out bin Laden. And they were like, wait a minute. Why are you associating us with that? Well, Joe Biden, the vice president, said that. And when these guys heard that, they knew that they had a target on their backs. Michael Strange, who had been with SEAL Team 6 for 4 years, told his father, Charlie, for the first time, Dad, I need to get a will. If he's spewing this stuff, everybody's targeted. All the members of SEAL Team 6 recommended that their families take any reference to SEAL Team 6 off all their social media to protect themselves. Why? Because of Joe Biden and his big mouth. If he's not lying, he's putting people in danger. Joe Biden says that he respects the military. Really? You respect the military? I want to play a little clip for you. In the first presidential debate, he chastised President Trump for something President Trump never said. President Trump is never derogatory about the military, period. Anyone and everyone who's ever dealt with him, knows him, or been around him, knows that for 100% certainty. But Joe Biden, this is how he feels about the military. He was speaking to a group of active duty military, giving a speech. They weren't quite as responsive as he would like. They weren't clapping for him. And here's what he said. Listen, this is the guy.
What you may hear about me, I have incredibly good judgment. One, I married Jill. And two, I appointed Johnson to the academy. I just want you to know that. Just clap for that, you stupid bastard.